Stanton Financial Advisors, a name that once echoed through the halls of power and influence, a name whispered with reverence in the financial world, synonymous with trust and reliability. Trusted advisors, guardians of wealth, they were the epitome of financial stewardship, until they weren't. For years, Stanton built an empire on discretion and security, a beacon of financial stability. Clients entrusted them with fortunes, their financial futures resting on Stanton's expertise and unwavering commitment. It was a fortress of financial stability, or so everyone thought. Then it happened. A breach, a crack in the armor, a silent infiltration that shook Stanton to its core, unraveling years of trust and diligence. The attackers didn't storm the gates. They simply used the keys someone left carelessly dangling, exploiting a moment of negligence. The fortress, it turned out, was a house of cards, fragile and vulnerable, and all it took was a gentle breeze to bring it crashing down, leaving behind a legacy in ruins. Here's the thing about cybersecurity. It's not always about complex algorithms and super hackers in hoodies. Sometimes it's much simpler and much dumber. It's about the everyday mistakes that people make, the small oversights that can lead to big problems. In Stanton's case, the attackers used a technique called password spraying. This method is surprisingly effective and shockingly simple. Think of it as trying a bunch of common passwords on a bunch of accounts. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. You'd be surprised how often it works. People tend to use easy-to-guess passwords, making it a hacker's playground. Why did it work on Stanton? Well, imagine a password like Stanton123!! It seems unique, but is actually quite predictable. Clever, right? Maybe not so much. It's a common mistake to think a slightly modified password is secure. Turns out, a lot of employees thought the same way. The attackers got in. They didn't need to break down the door. They just walked right in. Not with a bang, but with the clickety-clack of a keyboard and a healthy dose of human error. It's a reminder that sometimes the weakest link in cybersecurity is the human element. Once inside, the attackers were like ghosts. They moved through Stanton's systems, mapping the network, identifying valuable data. They were patient, methodical, and completely invisible. This is what's known as lateral movement. They had a foothold, and they used it to pry open more doors. Servers, databases, email accounts, nothing was off limits. And the worst part? No one noticed a thing. Not a single alarm bell went off. Stanton was bleeding information, and they didn't even know it. The walls close in discovery, and the devastating aftermath. The party couldn't last forever. Eventually, an anomaly, a blip in the system, alerted a security analyst. It was like finding a drop of blood in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. But it was enough. The investigation began, slowly unraveling the extent of the breach. The news hit Stanton like a ton of bricks. They had been compromised, and it was bad. Really bad. Client data, financial records, proprietary information, all gone. Years of trust, built on a foundation of security, shattered in an instant. Picking up the pieces. The long road to recovery. The fallout was swift and brutal. Lawsuits from furious clients, reputations dragged through the mud, regulatory fines that would make your eyes water. Stanton, once a titan of the financial world, was brought to its knees. They spent millions trying to repair the damage, to regain the trust they had so carelessly thrown away. But some things, once broken, can never be truly fixed. The stain of the breach lingered, a cautionary tale whispered in the corridors of the financial industry. Lessons learned. The importance of cybersecurity in a digital age. So, what's the takeaway from this cautionary tale? Is it that all hackers are evil geniuses who can infiltrate anything? No, not really. The truth is, Stanton's downfall was entirely preventable. Strong passwords, the kind that would make a password cracker weep with frustration, could have stopped this entire thing. And multi-factor authentication? That's like locking your front door and then chaining a rabid badger to the doorknob. Good luck getting in. Protecting your business from the shadows. In today's interconnected world, the threats to your business are more sophisticated and pervasive than ever before. The digital world is a dangerous place. It's a vast landscape where every click, every connection, and every piece of data can be a potential vulnerability. It's full of shadows and whispers, and lurking in those shadows are the people who want to exploit your weaknesses. These cyber criminals are constantly evolving, finding new ways to breach your defenses. But here's the good news. You don't have to be a sitting duck. You can take proactive steps to safeguard your business. Schedule a cybersecurity risk assessment. Beef up your passwords. Regularly update your software and systems to patch vulnerabilities. Embrace multi-factor authentication like it's your long-lost best friend. This extra layer of security can make a significant difference. Don't wait until it's too late. Time is of the essence when it comes to protecting your digital assets. Don't let your business become another cautionary tale. The aftermath of a cyber attack can be devastating, both financially and reputationally. Because in the world of cybersecurity, prevention is always cheaper than the cure. Take action now by going to yourcyberteam.com and scheduling a free strategy session to ensure your business remains secure and resilient in the face of digital threats.